chunyen gipe sunamki rola penshir sangye juparsho samgye chedang soki choknam la dangchu bardu dagmi kyapsuchi daki chunyen gipe sunamki rola penshir sangye. Yay. Okay, quiz class number 3. Okay. Oh, can you guys see it?
Yep.
All right. Excellent.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Okay, so question 1. Do you guys remember what correlation does our teacher gave about himself, and why would he do such an unusual thing?
Is it
He
about
did
why he's
something that is not
so
customary.
popular? Is it
Sorry?
about why he's so popular?
Uh-huh. Yeah. And
That
do you
one?
remember the correlation?
Well, he was like rejoicing and celebrating other people's good quality.
And he went to teachings from other teachers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, our teacher.
Geisha is
Tells
here.
us about. Oh, hi, Geshe-la. Never had a feeling of jealousy or ill will towards fellow teachers. And now, in his old age, when his mind and body are declining, he's been asked, even by the throne holder, to teach. And it's not. I forgot to ask you that. Why do you guys think he did that?
To encourage us to do the same.
Yeah.
So the living example in DCI Seiji.
Yeah, I was thinking exactly. Yeah, I was thinking that success stories so they can see it in real life. That will hopefully inspire us. Okay. Question 2. Instead of following the same format, I tried to change it up a little bit. So this has no wrong answer. Well, yeah, I guess it has no wrong answers. So what do you think? Sorry?
Nothing.
What what do you think would be some karmic results of the following part of the root text? His ability to sustain a relationship is limited, so he leaves his old friends far behind. He chases after new friends, makes all of them big promises, and doesn't help anyone much.
Will lose the teacher. Won't have any spiritual teacher in the next life. Is that right?
Well, this since
no correct and wrong.
we don't get correlation. I just wanted to make it more of a discussion. So, for example, in my opinion, you take ability to sustain a relationship, leaving old friends, and chases after new friends. To me, it's very similar seed, right? I was thinking something on the lines of inability to find committed people and lack of support and care, which would be the same as a teacher, right?
And also maybe he might do this to his teachers in the future. That would be very bad.
Yeah. You're talking about making a habit.
Yeah, habituation. Yeah.
Cool. And then the second part.
People won't reach his expectations, or people won't keep their promises to him.
Yep. Makes sense.
And they'll rub to cure bail out on him.
Mm-hmm. Cool. All right. Question number 3. Please explain how these two ideas from the root text connect. Again, there's no right or wrong. I just wanted to bring that to the table. I took a shot at it. I'm not sure if it's correct. Why do you think they were lumped together? This is the next part of the root text. He has no clairvoyance, so he gets by with made-up lies. He has no compassion, so his attention is fixed on himself. What do you guys think?
Well, it's all about self-cherishing. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Pretty good. It's hard to understand what's going on here without a little bit of context. What exactly?
Well, that's the thing. In this part of the text, he changes the format, and he's just talking about the problems, and he says, I will defeat my enemy. I mean, this is all because of my self-cherishing, and I'll defeat it. He stopped giving correlations and he seems to put two topics that are
seemingly
apparently not connected.
But who's he? It says he has no clairvoyance.
Our teacher, sorry. Our teacher. Oh. Well, us.
No, us, yeah.
We have no clairvoyance?
Uh-huh. So in the text, he says, even though you don't have clairvoyance, people ask you, and you say, oh, yes, I do. And then you make up lies. And then when it doesn't happen, you make other lies, and et cetera, et cetera. And then he jumps to the next part about compassion. Okay.
He talks about letting them down because you're too interested in yourself.
Right. Oh, wait, somehow this got mixed up. This is an answer from a previous quiz. Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking that maybe the theme of these two parts would be wanting to put yourself in the spotlight, or wanting to praise yourself. Like, why would you want to make up lies? And I don't know. To me, it seemed that was the connecting thing, other than self-cherishing.
Mm.
You know, like the 8 worldly thoughts, like keeping your fame.
Right, fame, gain, etc. Yeah. Well, that's what I thought. Anyway, this is not the right answer. It's for Nick. Sexy Tibetan words. Tunyon.
Suppress.
Bring a person down. Tak chupa. P.
Decided and final. No more discussion.
Yes. Kang tup. I think the last two were colloquial, right?
All the best.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, like do the best you can.
Do the best. Try your
best. All right.
As
much as you can.
Cool.
Nice job, Seiji.
Thank you.
That was a great homework. Everything was correct. Yay. Share the screen, Geshla and Grandpa. Okay. Hey, how's my grandson this morning?
He's sound asleep, so that's good.
Yeah? Okay. Do you guys know we have a guy named Jim who helps with the filming at the college, right? He's an old film guy. What, Seiji, do you remember what was his advice? I asked him to give Seiji some advice for his kid about sleeping.
He said the first 16 years, 12 years you are worried about them sleeping, then the next 12 years you go into the opposite mode. It's like they don't want to sleep and you're worried about them.
Something like that. All right. So it's only 24 years, he's telling you. Okay.
Well, it's less than 50 what you said, so I'll take it.
Probably you should get some advice from Sugang, you guys. He did a good job on his kids.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go, Seiji. Who's checking him? Sugang, yeah?
Sure. Loud enough.
All right. Che tung chu pa. Che tung chu pe kap su kie rap le. Kie mao jikting nyomong te nepa miten ga mingyur. Kumu tai palndi yang. Drang par chawa ni dungyur.
Okay, let me get this stuff for you guys. Okay, here we go. Chitin chupa means what, Seiji?
The 10th teaching session, right?
Yeah, and I did check. There is 11. You're correct. So it would seem we should be pretty close to the end. I don't know.
Well, this
What's
lemma likes to take. Oh,
What's that?
it seems that I don't know. This lemma likes to take a lot of detours, so I wouldn't. Be
That's
so sure
unusual. Hi, Emily. Hi, Emily. Hi, Emily. Hi, Emily. She's so cute. Okay. Yeah, I think the 10th day he goes on quite a while. Okay. Maybe they had a holiday or something. What is Kira, you guys?
Jataka.
Yeah, the Jatakas. So when a rub has an S on it, it means an extended string of something. And when a rub doesn't have an S on it, it means super, super good or super whatever. Okay, like re-rub is the highest mountain. Okay, what's cup means on the occasion. Okay, on the occasion of the 10th teaching. Now, what are we going to expect as far as anticipatory translation?
He gives a little prep.
Nice.
A mini class on whatever he. I don't know. I haven't seen a pattern, but those are usually my favorite parts of this book so far.
Yeah, you would like to think that he chooses a quotation that would make a nice segue. But I have to agree with Seiji. Sometimes it's not really clear why he's choosing the verse he does. I think he had breakfast before the teaching and one of his students was acting up. So this is for him. Okay, something like that. I think so. I really think so. That's what I do. Anyway, all right. What's Kema? We had Kema, Kihe, Kema, Kihe.
Hey, wow.
Oh.
Yeah, hey, wow. Hey, Nick, did she learn? No.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
That's her
hey,
main.
Amini. Hey, Amini. No.
No. Emily, do you want to go back to bed?
No.
Oh, usually she says no.
So Kema means wow. Jikten, the whole Jikten is Nyomo.
Mental whole.
This means all the people in the Jikten.
Oh.
All the people in the world are full of Nyomos. Okay.
Full of mental.
Everyone's messed up.
Yeah. Their life here, Nepa, staying here in this world, is Miten.
Unstable.
Gamingyur. Sooner or later, they're not going to like things, you know. They are like the Kumuda flower.
Some flower that only opens at night, right?
Lotus.
I think it's a blue lotus, and it doesn't last very long. Okay.
Utpal?
So the glory of the similar. Sorry.
Utpala.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, word. Can you look it up in Doth? I think maybe it's a night.
I'm like 99.9. Utpala and Kumud is synonyms.
Oh, anyway. Okay, I think it's Kumuda. But anyway, the glory of the Kumuda, Tembacha and Yidugyur, they should remember the glory of the Kumuda flower, which means it doesn't stay very long. It would be better if you could remember that you're not going to be here very long. Then you wouldn't get into trouble with people. You would just let things go, right? All right. And there's the original Seiji. And the big difference that I see is the tak. Okay? The original says tak after nyomo. And ours says te. Te is a connector. It's like a colon, okay? Oh, the people of this world are messed up, colon. They think they're gonna live forever, okay? But actually they can't. But the original sutra says ta, okay?
Themselves?
Yeah, those people in the world, okay? So it's a pretty significant difference, okay? It's more clear with Doc actually, because people are not Nyomong actually, right? Okay.
Right.
Now look at this homework for you, Seiji. He's gonna make a big bibliography entry. Why? So Grandpa doesn't have to do it anymore. Yay! Now, $50. $50. I'm starting out generous today. For $50, somebody tell me what's the first thing you should do when Grandpa tells you have to write a bibliography entry for tomorrow.
See if it already exists in one of the mixed notes
document.
I think it was
and
Nick.
I think this one we have.
Yeah, Nick came out first. Okay. Yeah. But be very careful. Okay. There's lots of Jatakas. There's lots of Jataka books. Okay. You're looking for this number here, Seiji. Tengyur Derge 4150. Okay. So you go to the place where all the bibliographies are lumped together and you look for 4150. Now, somebody in this group today should volunteer to put all the bibliographies together again.
Okay, I'll do it.
Really? Okay. All right. It's 10 different texts, right? So take all the current texts, especially words, mind-only text that he just finished, because we went crazy on the bibliography. The bibliography probably has 30 or 40 entries that aren't in there so far. Okay. And then Seiji, you have to build a bibliography, and Utpala can help you if you need. Okay. Just for this text. Okay. That's your homework for next class. And it'll be imperfect, and then we'll learn. Okay. So don't worry about it. It's not gonna pass Grandpa standards the first time. If it does, I'll give you $100. Okay. All right. By the way, Nick got the 50. All right. Okay, go ahead.
Shepe Singdrel Door to Shiksel Ne Ngoshi Shelunka Sanki Trone.
You guys can translate this if you work on it together. By the way, your pronunciation of Singdra was perfect. Yay. So Singdra, we had Sing yesterday. It was a big topic in Stanley's text.
Words.
Yeah. So he gave a commentary, Sik by Sik. Yeah.
Word by word.
By the way, Singdra means you actually use the words of the root text, and then a general commentary means Dundra means you don't even mention the words of the root text. Okay. What's the famous Singdra we talked about 2 days ago?
Chandrakarti's commentary on.
Yay! Wow. Sometimes I think Xiaoping told me things go in his left ear and immediately go out his right ear, but it sounds like he's remembering stuff. Singdao Do means, this Do doesn't mean sutra, it means
briefly.
Very quiet.
Briefly.
Briefly, okay? This Do means briefly. When Do has an R on it, it's usually briefly. Sal is the high honorific for teach, okay? So he gave a very brief explanation of the meaning of the words of that Jataka tale quotation, okay? And then he got back to the Ngushi Shipa. What's that, you guys?
Explaining the main topic.
Yeah, the main event. Yeah, he got back to the explanation, the main explanation. And he from Kasang.
He expanded from yesterday.
Yeah, good. He said, look, I'm going to pick up where I left off yesterday. He's bridging, okay? All right, here. Where was yesterday? What was the last thing, Seiji?
Your competition. Yeah, like
Oh,
competition.
people pretend to have clairvoyance, and they
Clairvoyance.
then they don't have it, and they have to lie. Okay, and
Mhm.
that's the main thing. They don't have the they don't have the master qualities that they pretend to have. All right.
Mm.
Please go on.
Tokpa chungwa we kunla part searche lungya chungwa we yongla lok takie.
Good. Hey, Word. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Can you check Bartza and make sure it's not a word? And check Bartza, SPAR also. The commentator changed it to jar, but I'm not totally sure. Okay. All right. Shepani. We're not going to do the root text. We're going to go straight into the commentary. Please, I'm going to join it together for you, Seiji. Okay, please read. Yay.
Okay. Shepani ngar shu patar shungluk la topsam sokche pe senyom le soki wangtu ma songwat senju kiene tokpa gya chewa shik jena shene chepe se setsu che mito mi ge parndin tun di shetun nupashik yumu kyang.
Nice pronunciation. This Ngar Shupatar means this. Sometimes Shupa means to request a teaching, and sometimes Shupa means, as I told you yesterday. So he's being polite to his audience, as I offered to you yesterday. Okay, Shungluk means the classics. Okay, Shungluk means the way of the classics, which is what you guys are. It's exactly what you guys are doing right now. Okay, there's about your study of the classics. Term means classroom time, learning. Some means contemplation when you get home. What's the soak here?
The gom.
Gom.
Meditation.
Nice again. Yeah. And then meditating on what you contemplated on. Chepetse. When you do that, nyomle is a new word for you guys, I think. So you know nyom because of nyomjuk, samapati. Staying in equal meditation, free of the two extremes of
Calmness and agitation.
nice, great. But here, nyomle is an idiom that means laziness. Okay, it means staying down on the couch, flat. Okay, Seiji, just a little bit of a change of position from where you are now. You know. So I would never sit on a couch. I'd be afraid to sit on a couch. I'll lay down. Nyomle, so nyomle, don't think it means nyomjuk. It doesn't. It means flat work, which means lying on the couch. Okay, Soki, wangdu masongwa means don't lose yourself to that. Okay, don't go under the power of that. Okay, I want you guys to generate tsundu.
Joyful effort.
Yeah, joyful effort. Yeah. And by doing that, you will get Tepa Gyachewa.
You'll be able to listen really well.
Yeah. Tepa Gyachewa means you will gain great learning. Okay. You will be a learned person. All right. Shena. Then when you chepa to Shen,
Explain to others.
yeah, you don't have to. Migupar. Tsu means to measure, right? Like Tema. But Tse means, I think it means that, you know, like you don't really know. And you're like, I think it means like that. I'm not totally sure, but I think it means that. Okay. So Tse means you're constantly in a teaching. You're constantly saying, well, I'm not quite sure. I think it might be like that. Okay. Tse Migupar. You don't have to if you have great learning, classroom time. And by the way, there's no substitute for hours. You know, how many hundreds of hours you sit with the classics, you will understand them. but it's hundreds of hours. There's no choice. I'm very proud. I told Veronica, I'm extremely proud that nobody dropped out of the mixed nuts yet. It's amazing. Then I said, maybe it has something to do with the salary, but that's okay. But I'm amazed nobody has dropped out. Yeah. And that's the only way you're going to be a great teacher is if you spend many hours exposed to the classics. Okay. Without having to guess, you can say, Di dun diyin. What's that mean?
This is it. This is this.
Yeah, this is what this means, and this is what that means. Okay. And it'll be very clear in your mind. This is what this means. That's that. That's it. Dun nepa means you'll be able to teach that way. Okay. Yemakyang. Okay, I admit there's people like that. Then what's he gonna say, Seiji? I admit there's people like that, but
not us.
let's look at the opposite. Okay, let's look at the opposite. Here we go, which is what our verse is about. Go ahead.
Jela dokte top sam chepe sepamatang ge hang soki ngoma dokpa tabu
Tabu.
Tabu yamewa shik la jikshimpu tak chöpar ma cheshin.
Good. Okay. Dele docte, but what this verse is talking about is doing the opposite. Okay. This verse is talking about doing the opposite. Okay. Tosam chepe say, when you are supposed to be learning to read or learning the classics, okay. You about your pama. What's pama?
Parent.
Your parents and your gergen. Here's gegen, by the way. When you say gen to a teacher, here it is. It's really gegen. Okay, what's that mean? Teacher.
Teacher.
That's the address. That's the normal address for a teacher. In the monastery, it's often the babysitter monk of a college, content gegen. And you might hear the R sometimes, gergen. Okay, so ngoma dopa tabu means you turn your face. Okay, ngoma, read ngoma together, and it's ngoma do. It's like you turn away from your teachers and your parents. Okay, and then your studies become yamewa. Yamewa means just cursory and not precise. Okay. And then rather than being, this lay is comparative, rather than being putakcha. Putakcha means we had takcha the other day, right? We had takcha in your homework, right? Right, Seiji? Takchupa.
That's how it is. That's
It's
exactly
final or something like that. Okay.
Definitely.
Yeah. So putakcha means excellent. It means first class. Putakcha. How's this guy's studies? Putakcha. It's really first class. Okay. Putakcha. Okay. Mache. You won't be able to do that. Okay. All right. So basically, this is describing a lazy guy who didn't listen to his teachers and his parents and did the opposite. And he did finish his geshe or something, but he didn't do a good job. Okay. He didn't do a thorough job. Okay. All right. Stanley, you gonna check this guy?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, here we go.
I don't know if we have any more cheeseburger.
No
They
cheeseburgers?
one key. They one key. Larden drore. Pumor papna pumo me mindro du gundro shepatar. Shenla che gupa
Shenla.
sokchung. Shenla che
Shen.
gupa sokchung wetse. Sen di dagndi yimpa ndrashe tamche la chartsu. De tsu chene should go chunga kapanam
Kepa.
kill.
Right? Whoa.
What?
Kepanam.
Chip Kepanam.
Yeah.
Kelwar Kerwang Yurwatang.
Okay.
Word, did you come up with Bartza?
Yeah, again, I looked it up. It does appear in the database, but it could be errors. But there's no dictionary that says jartsa together. And bar by itself can mean kindling, but I don't think that's relevant here.
Okay, we're gonna have to check further because I seem to remember Bartza is some kind of idiom that. But anyway, our guy corrected it to jartsa, but I'm not sure it's correct. Okay. But it makes some sense. By the way, as you can see, I'm doing exactly what he's describing. Did you notice?
Tsu.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm estimating what I think it means. Okay. De wangi lardore. Due to your nyomle. What's that, Seiji? Nyomle. Due to your nyomle. Due to your laziness, okay? Landore. Every time you start your studies again, Pumor babna pumor mindu gondro. This is apparently a tampe. And you guys should learn, that should be in your, I'll give you a vocabulary word, Seiji. Tampe, okay? Tampe means, what do you call that? A saying in Tibetan. What's the other word in English for that?
Adage, aphorism.
Yeah, aphorism or something like that, like a stitch in time saves 9 or something like that, okay? In fact, he uses 9 here also as many, okay? So apparently this is an idiom or a tampe in Tibetan. Pumor babna pumor mindo gundo. If you fall to your knees, then nobody can go anywhere on their knees. They have to start over and over again. It means like you have to start over and over again. You know, what do you call that in English? A lot of false starts. Okay, we call false starts. All right, you have a lot of fuss. You keep starting your studies over again, and then you quit, and then you start over again, then you quit. Okay, the Tibetan idiom is you fall on your knees, you can't go anywhere on your knees, and you start 9 times. Okay, Shepatang, a series of stumblings. Okay, Shenla Che Gupa, the stuff you're supposed to explain to other people. Jungwei Te, when it comes time to do that, Di Dan Di Yimbada. Okay, I think you might know Yimbada.
Probably.
Yeah, good. I think it's this, you know, Yimbada. It seems like he's upset. Yimbada. Yeah, it does seem like that. That's a very, very common conversation piece in Tibetan, okay? Somebody says, you know, I think they're about to give all the monks their vaccination. They say, Yimbada. I mean, it looks like that. Yeah, it looks like that's going to happen. Okay. All right, you guys? Yimbada. So when you're working on a text, you say, Dida di Yimbada, I think it's like this. I'm not totally sure, okay? And here's what I'm not sure about. I take jar to mean every time you explain something, you have to add the words Yimbada. Seems like that. Okay. Every time you get to a difficult part in the text, you keep saying, oh, I think it's like that. Okay. Yimbada. All right. Date sets a chain. Oh, by hang on. Sorry. Okay, so this is not, this date doesn't mean that. It's the required conjunction after a word ending in D. You see what I mean? So that means that he's explaining the word jartsa, okay? He's explaining the word jartsa, which means it's probably bartsa, but we just got to find a better carving or something, okay? te. Word, did you look up SBAR also? And SPAR.
Yeah, SBAR by itself.
Yeah, I'm just curious. I think I bet it's some kind of idiom. Okay. Anyway, he says Jartsa or Bartsa, whichever it is, means suchache, to give your explanation, should, which is a form of she, to explain, just guessing or doing your best estimation. Okay. Good chungna, when that happens, kepanam chawagyur. Okay, the wise, the great scholars around you, they're like, oh my gosh, look at this guy. It's embarrassing. He's what do you call it? He's an embarrassment to our monastery. He's an embarrassment to the mixed nuns. Okay. What's the usual meaning of chel, you guys?
No consideration.
Yeah,
Deter?
you avoid a bad deed because the way it's gonna impact on the people around you. What's the opposite word?
Trelme, you avoid doing bad things to because of the impact of people around you.
But what's the accompanying
Oh, ngota.
mental function?
Ngota.
Yeah, which means
You mean because of how the image you
Shame.
have of yourself, you would be ashamed to do an act.
good. And according to Stanley's text, every good karma ever done has both of those. That's an interesting Abhidharma. The Abhidharma guys insist that anytime you do a good deed, you have both of them.
Mm.
It's like a semgi samang. Semgi samang means a mental state that accompanies all states of mind. So anytime you do a good deed, it's partly because you don't want to do something bad because of your self-image, and you partly because you don't want to do something bad that would hurt other people's opinion of you. Okay. All right.
And
I want you to remember Tambe. Oh, what'd you find?
It's it can be parts like sapata, and then it can be parmoitsu.
Yeah.
It means like a small amount.
Oh, yeah. That's what it is. It's SPAR, right?
Yeah, but it can be SBARMO, agiku e.
Oh, I think it's bar. I think it's bar, and it means estimate grain with your palm.
Exactly.
All right. Yeah, I knew it was in there somewhere. So this is correct. This, and the guy who corrected it, the commentator, is wrong. Okay, so when you're like measuring rice in Tibet, you don't use a measuring cup. You use your palm of your hand, and you throw rice in it, and it means a rough estimate of a quantity. And that's what you're doing with the text when you don't really know the material, okay? Because you were nyomle on the couch. Yay. So tabe means a saying, old saying, adage. Okay, I want you guys to remember that. There's a book of tampes. And if you seek to be a great debater, or okay word, or you seek to have great Tibetan skills, a good strategy is to learn the tampes. Learn 100 tampes, or learn 50 tampes. I did it. I can tell you the book. It's in English. It's translated into English, and it gives you the Tibetan and the English. Cool. Okay, in fact, I'm going to give you to here a word. You ready? You can find it, okay? It's a rare book.
Yes, sir.
Tibetan Grammar by Lobsang Plalumba. And I think, okay, so it's a George Roerich, okay, which is Yuri Rerich, which is a famous Russian. He translated the Blue Annals. But look, I actually studied with Losang Halumba a little bit. And he wrote in the end of that book is extremely useful. It has a lot of important things you need to speak Tibetan well. And at the end, he has a bunch of thumbes. And if you memorize one every week or something, your Tibetan speaking is awesome. You know, people like Deki, who's staying with Vimala, they'll say, "Oh my gosh, this person's Tibetan is awesome." You know. All right. Okay, Seiji, here we go.
Okay. Teshing tu lungkya chungwa te tom sam gya chewa shik che na ta seni ki shunen chungwa tar tendrel tang chingtu trail la sokpe lung tang rikpe nam trang ta ye pa nam sheparn gyurmo kyang.
Okay, good, Seiji. The pattern that our author has been following in this verse is that he will describe the positive aspect and then he'll say, but you don't do it. Okay, so this paragraph is talking about a good student. All right. And from the root text, it says lung gya chua. Yeah, you got to make a note here. Okay, otherwise it doesn't make sense. Okay, so the root text says lung gya chua. What's lung rik, Seiji? Lung and rikpa. Lung and rikpa. These are two methods in a debate ground. You got to be able to spell out lung, and you got to
reasoning and scripture.
Yeah, good. So here, gyachua means your scriptural knowledge is of small extent. Okay, you don't have much scriptural knowledge. Okay, what's that mean? I'm going to tell you in these two paragraphs. Okay, so because the next part of this sentence is explaining great scriptural knowledge. All right, so don't get confused. Okay, Tusam gyachua shikchina. If you are a person who's able to do extensive learning and contemplation, okay, chena, tata, nowadays here in the monastery, senyiki shung. What's a senyiki shung for $20?
Main definition?
A definitive text.
Say again?
Definitive text.
Not really.
Benjo?
A definer of text? A senipa?
Exactly. That's $20 for a word. I should make it 18. I should have a $2 discount. Okay. Okay, we'll give you 20. It's just easier for the accounting. Yeah, senyipa is a lamrim word, right? There's senyipas and there's lamrimpas. What's that mean?
Lamrimpas study the Lamrim and Senyipas study the 5 great books.
Good. And there's a third category, which is $30.
Mixed nuts pa.
No.
Kadampa, someone who follows their lama.
Yeah, you can say that. I think it's a damrakpa, but it's close. $30 per word. I gotta come up with a Tibetan for mixed nuts. It'd be taga depa. Taga natsong. How's that? Targa natsong. Okay, mixed walnuts. I think that's the closest. Targa natsong. Okay. So right now, us guys are so lucky in the monastery or in the mixed nuts, we get to study the classics and not just the summaries or the compilations of the Lamrim. Okay, as they explain in the Senikishums, okay, you guys are getting exposed to topics like Tendel, Adi, Sugeng, Adi, Adi.
First principle.
Yeah. Hey, Word, can you do something for me? Or Dr. Campbell, Adi, I'm not sure if it's Adi or Adi for etc. I think it's just a short A, like Adi Nata. Okay. Okay, I think it's a short A, but check in Locus Chandra. Okay, Tendel Chik. So you guys are studying cool subjects from the classics like dependent origination and Chiktadao. What's that?
One or many.
One or many.
Good. Not one or many. Okay. What's unusual about the spelling here?
It's correct.
It's correct. Yeah. Yay, Word. God, you're amazing sometimes. Not all the time, but just sometimes. Yeah. This is, usually it's misspelled with TU. And this means our author is a real Tsenyipa. Okay. He spelled it correctly. It means Chigdang Tumadao. Okay. Neither one nor many. Okay. You know, Namdang Tayepa. Namdang Tayepa literally means infinite synonyms. Well, Namdang, like Chuki Namdang Itingin Nomba Shuso. Where's that come from? Chuki Namdang Itingin. Yeah, he goes into a meditation on the different formats of the Dharma, okay? The different forms of the Dharma. So Namdang here, Namdang most commonly means synonym, but here it means variations of logic. Tayepa, what's Tayepa?
Infinite.
Yeah, infinite. Yay. Amelie gave you the squeal of approval.
You heard that?
I should record that and play it every time someone wins a bet. Okay. Nam Shepa Gir Mukyang. Okay, look, we all know that if you study hard and you're exposed to the classics like the mixed nuts are, and you use both scripture and logic, then you're gonna have great learning, okay? Great learning, Gyachewa in the second line. But don't forget, he's defining little learning, okay? Gyachewa. And now he starts, okay? Shepa Gir Mukyang. I admit that if you were a good student, you would learn a lot here in the monastery. But what's he going to describe now, Seiji?
The opposite. When they're
yeah,
not.
The opposite. Yeah. Okay, please read, and Ina's gonna check you. Yay.
To pama chepe kongtuma chupe wanki tetat tongwatang Tupa Suki Serangi Ki Matongwa Kyutsen Chuchene Teni Mitede Shunkangne Kyangma Sheto Nyampa Sokye La Lokta Kyewangyurwa Te Teta Kyang Dakchen Zinki Langpartongne.
Okay, cool. Number, yeah, good. Nice, Ina, thank you. Tupa Machepe, you have not studied well. Okay, you have not studied well. Kondu Machepa, you don't grasp the subject matter. Wonky, and due to that, Dedak Tonwa Dan Tupa Soket say, yeah, okay. When those things have been seen and have been heard, meaning facts in scripture, things which are facts in scripture, they are confirmable by seeing and hearing, okay? But you, matong, gets into chaining. Yeah, you say to your students, I haven't seen that in the scriptures. I'm not sure if it's correct. and you're telling the truth. Why?
Because you don't know.
Because you haven't read any scriptures. Okay. But by speaking that way, you throw doubt. The student starts to have doubt that the scriptures say that. You see what I mean? So dedak toma dan tupet sokitse, you can confirm them in the scriptures, but because you were lazy during your study years, when it comes to your teaching years, you say, I don't know if, I never heard about this thing of not taking a position of whether things exist or don't exist. Whose book is that?
Gyaltsabje's book.
Yeah, in the Garjanist book, okay? Like, I don't know, I've never seen that. I'm not so sure that's correct. Okay, that's just the problem that the person hasn't studied enough. It's not that it's not in the books, okay? All right, Dani Mite, that's incorrect. Shun Kangne Kyang Mashedo Nyamba, you think to yourself, I've never seen that explained anywhere, but actually, Yola Loktoke, you are getting a wrong opinion about something which is actually there. And other people will start to doubt that the idea that Prasangipa people don't take a position, they'll start to doubt that it's in the scriptures, okay? Now, why would somebody rather give their student the idea that something doesn't exist in the scriptures than work hard and read the scriptures and learn them and say it is there? Why would someone prefer the student to think it's not in the scriptures?
They don't want to appear like they didn't learn it, or they don't know.
Yeah, exactly. They want to look good. They want to look good. And that's Dang Chen Zing Ki Lim. What's that mean, Seiji?
The self-cherishing Len.
It's the fault, right?
Default, no.
Yeah, okay. Try to understand, Tong, try to understand, try to see that when you try to make yourself look good when you really don't understand the subject matter, that's just selfishness, okay? That's just selfishness. You're not helping anybody, okay? All right.
We're about out of time.
Wait, we got a Pungje Tope Gola Chem Se Chem.
Yes.
Seiji.
Ongche tokpe mola chem si chem. Tratak cheme ningla maraya.
Yeah, like F you to this self-cherishing attitude that prevents me from telling the truth when I really don't understand something because I was too lazy to learn it. Okay? Yay.
Yeah.
You want to do some Japanese food?
Yeah. Sashi puki jukshin metoktum virabinchi de gimpadi sangye shindu nikte wagi yokunam dakshin la chupasho idam guru ratna mandala kamni yatayami gewadi kirokun Sunam yeshe sok sokshin, sunam yeshe lejongwe, dampa kuni topa shok.
Yay, Seiji.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
See you guys in 5 minutes. You're welcome.
We have